Hi, my name is Dave Panning, and I'm the Technical Director at the Business and Institutional Furniture Manufacturers Association, also known by its acronym BIFMA, B-I-F-M-A. And we're creating this video to assist those that are interested in using the International Standards Organization ISO CMD chair measuring device. We'll walk you through the intricacies of the new published ISO Technical Report 24496, which is Methods for Determination of Chair Dimensions. BIFMA is located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and if you have any questions on this, you can contact me. Again, Dave Panning. Our website is www.bifma.org. And leading you through this overview of measurement of chair dimensions will be our consultant, Tom Rademacher.
Hi, I'm Tom Rademacher, and we're here to talk about the particular details that you need to follow to make a good set of measurements that can be consistently replicated by yourself or anyone else when you are measuring a given chair. And the very first thing I want to talk about is the need to understand how that chair can be manipulated or adjusted as you go through the directions here. You'll be asked to set the chair in one extreme or the other, or in some cases in a midpoint. You really need to understand what that chair will do when a user is using it, and therefore replicate it yourself. And it gives the next guy making measurements on the same chair a chance to repeat what you did. And so we'll just use this a little bit of an example here, the arm of the chair. That arm can be taken down or up. It can be adjusted in or out. It can be manipulated for different angles as well. So when you're asked to take the arm all the way up, set the whole chair in a maximum fashion, you also bring that arm up, you bring the arm out, and then you have to set the angle so the particular measurement you're going to take is at an extreme. Now that may mean one set of angles when the chair is when it's set at the maximum position. It may mean a different angle, for instance, when you go the other direction. It may mean pushing the arm in, all the way down, and so on. So it's really worthwhile to spend a lot of time playing with that arm for a little while to make sure that you understand what levers to release, as well as how to push things up, down, and around. And that time spent is time well spent. And if you're not confident at the end of you're looking at this chair, that you understand all the adjustments, then you might want to consider calling the manufacturer or the person who sent you the chair for measurement in the first place, so that they can answer any questions you might have. Okay, we're getting close to being ready to go through the particular sets of procedures, but before we do, you need to know a little bit about the organization of the standard. Section 6 is the critical one. It talks about the methods and procedures to be followed. Those are the critical things that you need to be using in your following this, and they're pretty good detailed descriptions of how to make the measurements. And so the things we're about to say as we go through this video are only intended to be little enhancements on what they say. They're not to replace anything that's there. If I happen to say something that's contradictory to what's there, ignore my contradiction and follow what's written in the procedures. One of the things that you'll find as you go through here, they're going to be using some terms and descriptions of things to be measured. And if those aren't really clear to you, they might well be made more clear by looking at the first 20 pages where there's a set of definitions and sketches that can prove very helpful. So if a question comes up, go back and look and see what those definitions are. But the key term that we're going to be following here is the section 6, the various steps through there, and that's your guide. First, we're going to talk about chair setup. The first couple steps in the setup procedure in section 6.21 are pretty clear and concise. They tell you to put the chair at midpoint, with every exception of everything. Everything goes at midpoint, exception of the height, which goes all the way up. There's two really important sections in here where history has shown us to be really careful. One is to make sure that the seat is set as horizontal as possible. This is really crucial in that as they set the CMD, as the CMD is tipped by the seat, you'll get quite a variation in the measurements taken, for instance, in seating height. I should caution that as horizontal as possible may mean that it would seem to say that you should tilt the chair forward. We don't want you to do that. We'll make sure that while it's as horizontal as possible, it still must be either horizontal or rearward of that. If the chair positions won't permit it being right on the horizontal. Other section that's important is to make sure that the seat back is as vertical, that the chair back is as vertical as possible. And the reason why that is so crucial is that as the CMD is lowered into the chair, the position of that back will affect the position it takes fore and aft quite substantially. And so while we want to make that vertical, if to get it vertical you have to change the angle of the seat, then we're going to look in favor of the seat. That will have a more important in the system than the vertical section. The other thing that we do here is as you are lowering the CMD into the chair, you'll find that it's necessary to be able to guide it right down through the center. So we put tape on this chair to aid us in that. This edge of the tape, for instance, here has been put in place to approximate the center line of the back, and this piece of tape with a line on it, it approximates the center of the seat. We've even put some more tape on the side to help us visually guide this CMD down as we're lowering it into the seat.